Good evening, family. Welcome. Hello, everybody. This is Dr. Kia Pruitt. It's so good to see everybody. Happy New Year's Eve. Today is Tuesday, December the 31st, 2024, and the time is 4:34 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Welcome, everybody. I hope you're having a grand evening, New Year's evening, and I hope you intend to celebrate the new year with joy and festivities because 2025 is going to be glorious. So welcome, family. Check in. Let us know where you're hailing from. I thank you so much for spending your New Year's Eve with us. I see that she Virgo is in the house. Hello. Welcome. She says, hello, Dr. Kia, sending a huge hug from the Windy City. Good to see you. Also, Ellen Moody is in the house. Happy New Year to you too as well. Happy family checking in on Instagram, YouTube. We're back on YouTube, Rumble, LinkedIn, Facebook, and other social media outlets as well. Somebody says I'm blurry. Which account am I blurry on? Let me know, family. Am I blurry to everybody else? Hi, St. Remy. It's good to see you. I don't know why I'm blurry on my end. It doesn't look like it. Cleveland, Ohio's in the house. Hi, Belinda. That's where I was born and raised. Who else says, oh, on YouTube? I'm blurry on YouTube? Oh, no. Oh, my gosh. Positivity, peace, love, and joy to you all as well. I don't know why I'm blurry on YouTube, family, but I hope it corrects itself. There's nothing I am blurry on YouTube. I don't know what to do on YouTube to make that better. Does anybody know what I can do on YouTube to make it better? You know, I've been censored on YouTube. They have taken me down several times. Most recently, last week, I was off for like 8 days. I'll check my YouTube channel right quick and see why I'm blurry there. It just says live. It doesn't tell me that I'm blurry. I don't know what the issue is. Can you please check in and let me know if I'm still blurry on YouTube, family? This is crazy. Why? Oh, somebody says I'm fine on their end. Okay, on YouTube. While you're checking in, just let me remind you, for those of you all who caught or didn't catch my video earlier today, that Puerto Rico was in the dark all day. That's crazy. But it appears that nobody knows exactly what's going on. I reported that they're saying there was a plant there that had a problem with some type of pipe or something underneath the plant, and whatever happened with this pipe or whatever, some type of apparatus underneath the plant, it set off a whole domino effect of other plants having issues. So they were in the dark since 5:30 a.m. this morning. And that's a problem for people who don't have generators, people who don't have enough food, to eat if the refrigerator goes out, people that don't have medicines, if the refrigerator goes out and you have to keep your medicine in the refrigerator, then what are you supposed to do? So it's been an issue there, and the people are demanding answers. Now, I did call Mark Z because I know you guys over here love Mark Z as well as I called him. He's a phenomenal podcaster. For those of you who don't know who Mark Z is, check him out on YouTube and Rumble. He gives updated political information and geopolitical information, as well as talk about the RV, revaluation of currencies, and the global reset. So I called him and he said, we're fine. He already had a generator. And he said, you know what, we're used to this, which was interesting because when I stayed there for some time this summer in Puerto Rico, people were telling me that they're often targeted through weather manipulation. They're used to having hurricanes, tornadoes, blackouts, all type of things happening to them. And some of the people said, we think it's because we're a small island, because there's a lot of things that are going on there. I think the IRS, I believe, is stationed over there, and there have a large indigenous population there that people don't talk about. They said things happen to us that's not reported in mainstream media, and it affects our lives, not just our businesses, but our lives and our livelihood. So pray for Puerto Rico that they'll be okay, family, because as I reported that earlier today, people were letting me know that they think something is up. People that were checking in on the podcast said, this looks suspicious to me. So who is that? Felicia says, I just checked in on my family this morning. Oh, that's good. Martha says, my TV keeps shutting off randomly. Interesting, because My phone's been acting up. My computer has been acting up. My internet has been acting up. And I thought it was just on my end. So I don't know what's going on, family. Some of you are saying I'm blurry on YouTube. Some of you are saying I'm good on their end. So I don't know what's going on, family. Just keep checking in. You're on YouTube too, and it's all good. Happy New Year, Canada. Happy New Year's Eve, family. Peace and prosperity. St. Remy says this could be the 10 days of darkness that we've been hearing about. Anthony says YouTube is good now. Awesome. That's so good. So yes, Nassar and Jasara look like they are headed our way, family. Thank you so much for checking in. Thank you for joining Mel Carmine and me yesterday talk about how to invest in digital coins or digital assets. We did a podcast about an hour and a half, and he talked about a plethora of things as well as how to invest. Later on this evening, I'm going to give you a step-by-step guide based on my research on how to get into digital assets, also known as cryptocurrencies. That's not my thing. I generally don't report on cryptocurrencies, but people are telling me this is the wave of the future, and I'm behind. I'm behind the times. So I'm trying to catch up. I've been doing my research. I also don't like to talk about anything that I haven't studied in depth. I'm a silver and gold girl, a gold bug. So I've studied those for years. I understand and understand how gold is a hedge against inflation, how it's real money. I understand and understand how countries are repatriating their gold back to themselves and how they're using gold to back their currencies, how countries have coalesced against the United States Incorporated by dropping the dollar and using gold for trade. And I've studied how state by state here in America have repealed the state taxes from the sales of precious metals. I've read books about how there was one book called Africa, China's Newest Continent. So I studied and read books on how China was mining in Africa. I actually lived on the gold mines in Ghana, which is called the Gold Coast. So I've been studying gold and silver for some time. But this cryptocurrency is new to me because they always told me if you don't hold it, you don't own it. So it was kind of hard for me to fathom getting into it. But Dave XRP Lion, Mel Carmine, some other people on X, some of them, these two people, Dave XRP Lion and Mel Carmine, are my good friends. Goes our mother, Susan Price, Prime Minister, some of you know Prime Minister, and others, Ron, Anthony. I mean, so many people saying, girl, you better catch up. So later on tonight, you'll catch a video. It won't be live, it'll be recorded, where I'll do a step-by-step introductory guide on what are cryptocurrencies and how to invest based on Dr. Kia Pruitt's research. I am not a financial advisor, but I will tell you this is something that I have studied, and I have sat at the feet of people who have been in this market for a long time. So I hope you enjoyed that video that you'll see around 9 or 10 tonight. And I hope you enjoyed Mel Carmine earlier today. Craig Beach says the Galactic Federation has put out a message to the Earth Alliance that the suffering needs to stop now and the quantum financial system needs to be released now. I agree. Anthony Hood says Detroit said last month they will be able to pay a bill with XRP, and Ohio is already doing it. Wow. Magneto says electromagnetic reverse plasma magnetism is what's happening right now. Okay, so family, the reason why I came on here today is to let you all know that 2025 will be phenomenal. Do you hear me? 2025 will be amazing. It will be off the charts, family, and we are looking forward to it. Now, a lot of things are going to happen starting tomorrow, which is New Year, the Gregorian New Year. But I can't tell you exactly what's going to happen. We'll just have to wait and see. However, I will tell you that January would kick off several things. We will have New Year, the Gregorian calendar New Year on January the 1st. We will have January the 5th when the Pope will open the final door. I've spoken to you all over the last couple of days about how the Pope was opening 5 portals that he calls the Jubilee portals. Well, the last portal will be on January the 5th. And then we know January the 6th, we should hear some news coming out about the J6ers, who are political prisoners that were held captive and put in jail for what, about a year or maybe even more? So we're going to hear some news about them. Most of them have been released, but hopefully their charges will be, I think you call it commuted. Is that how you say it? They will be released on permanently, and their records won't be damaged. Hopefully that comes out on January the 6th. And then a few days later, you will have the Orthodox Christmas. Orthodox Christmas, according to the Julian calendar, will be in January, occur January 2025. We also know that we are in the Platinum New Year, not the Platinum New Year. I'm sorry, the Platinum Jubilee year. And a Platinum Jubilee year is supposedly, according to the Bible, when you release slaves from their debt, indentured servants, people that owe you money. You're supposed to release them according to the Bible every 7 years. And then you're supposed to do a 7-year cycle of every 7 years and celebrate on the 49th year. You're supposed to 7 cycles become, that's the 49th year going into the 50th, and they call it the 50th year Jubilee. So the 50th year Jubilee is the Platinum Jubilee. So this is going to be a phenomenal year, family. And one of the reasons I came on today is because yesterday when Mel Carmine and I were talking about how to invest in digital assets, silver, gold, and foreign currencies, he talked about certain articles that will let us know that 2025 is going to be an amazing, phenomenal year. But we didn't have time to go through those articles. So let's go through them now as you get ready to go out tonight and celebrate the new year, 2025. So there are a few things that Trump said he wants to do for 2025. He wants to eliminate income taxes. He is championing XRP. He intends to downsize the government and unclassify and release secret patents. So I'll go over those things again. President Trump said he wants to and will eliminate state taxes or income taxes, champion XRP, downsize the government, and unclassify and release secret patents. So let's talk about releasing secret patents first, because a lot of you really, really want to know about med beds. Yesterday, Mel Carmine, you have to check out my live interview that we did yesterday, because he showed us a clip about med beds to let us know that they're real. They are actually being released right now. And this is advanced technology that was given to us by the galactics or interdimensional beings. The med beds allow you to lay in them, and it detects every ailment in your body and heals your body on contact. It will also help you with your teeth. If you're having issues with your teeth, it will help you regrow teeth, regrow limbs, all type of amazing things. So that's one of the secret patents that will be released when President Trump comes in office. So January is going to be amazing, family. Keep your vibrations high and stay encouraged. So according to the United States Patent and Trademark Office, there are almost 6,000 patents. Okay, we know there's probably more, but one particular article says there are 5,784 patents that we can't see under secrecy orders. However, some of these secrets have been leaked. And once these secret patents that have been secret are leaked and released, then we will be set free permanently, because these secret things or secret patents have been given to us by people that are brilliant scientists and by intergalactic or interdimensional beings that had given them and released them to governments before us, but they kept them hidden from the people so that we can stay sick and we can stay suppressed in our information and technology. A few of those things that will be released include a laser tracking system, a warhead production method, an anti-radar jamming apparatus, and a stronger net. When it says stronger net, it didn't go into what kind of net. I suppose it's the internet that's supposed to be faster and better than Beyonce's internet that we're working on now. So some of the things they don't talk about in that article include flying cars, med beds, and some of the other advanced technological devices that we've heard about. But we don't necessarily have articles to show you what those are, since they are secret. The only time we get to know them is if they're leaked. So President Trump said that he wants to release these secret patents, and I'll show you an article that talks about that in a minute. Here we go. That's not it. the thousands of secret patents of the United States. There's the article right here. Secrecy orders allow the United States Defense Agency to control patents, including those that are privately developed, the article says. If you look through the United States Patent Office their online database, you'll find some head-scratching proposals for inventions, for a plan to stack airplane passengers on top of each other for the process of taking a picture of something on a white background for chocolate-covered ice cream bars. The introduction to this article is a little wacky, but I'll just tell you the important part. There were 5,784 patents that we can't see. But they will be released, and they will be released according to the articles under Trump. These have been secrets that have been held back for at least, since the 1930s, but it took off in the 1940s when the development of nuclear weapons were shrouded in classification. So I would say they've probably been hidden from us for a very long time, family. What else is there to talk about? Not only the patents, but the second thing is he wants to downsize government. That should not come as a surprise to any of us, right? Because we know that the Supreme Court of the United States this summer overturned the Chevron doctrine. That's not mentioned in this article, but if you followed me or if you were just made aware of this, you know that the Supreme Court of the United States said that there were government agencies that are not lawful. They're not part of our republic. They're not constitutional. And in fact, these agencies were treasonous, and they kept us from operating in our liberties and our freedoms. For example, you have to have a driver's license, and you have to have car insurance. And if you don't get you don't keep your driver's license updated, you don't keep your car insurance updated, they can take away those privileges. Well, the Supreme Court of the United States demanded that those type of agencies that keep us from being able to move freely about the land be dismantled. So again, the Chevron doctrine said that these agencies can create any laws, statutes, codes, or rules that they wanted, and that we, the people, had to abide by them. And if we didn't, we can be fined. We can be punished. We can even go to jail. And if we try to go and appeal it and rebut any of these rules or any of these fines, the judges would defer right back to those federal agencies and say, you have to comply because those are experts. Well, the Supreme Court came along and said, nope, any judge that allowed these agencies, these governmental agencies, to create these rules against the people, any of those judges that allowed that, they were treasonous. And any judge that knew of a judge that allowed that and didn't report it to the president, they committed misprision of treason. So that's what occurred this summer when the Supreme Court of the United States overturned the Chevron doctrine, or the Chevron deference. The judges and the courts always deferred back to these government agencies like the FBI, the CIA, the IRS, the EPA, and the plethora of governmental agencies that I told you about. Those agencies, again, are not government. They're not a part of a republic. They're corps or corporations. There are 441 of them that I know of. I provided you a list of 441 government agencies that have to be dismantled because they are treasonous and unconstitutional. Now, President-elect Trump said that he favored downsizing the government because the government has been fraudulent. So let me see if I can find an article here. Literally, he said, President Trump says, downsizing the government under my administration could produce real savings and eliminate fraud and abuse by abandoning federal missions that don't make any sense anymore. When I tell you that this is the reason why the Supreme Court of the United States overturned the Chevron doctrine, I hope you can see that it's clear now that this has been the plan all along. Let me see if I can find that article for you. Does the Chevron doctrine kick in tonight? I don't know for certain, my girl, but that's a good point. What I would assume, but I don't know, is that President Trump may wait until January the 20th because that's his inauguration, but we'll see. President Trump could be again. No. Okay, here it is. The article says President Trump could shrink the government. Here's the article here. It was published by Politico magazine. It says Donald Trump's political brand is about fighting and winning, and he has promised to fight and win a war on big government. I'll go down further in the article where it says downsizing the government could produce real savings too, not by slaying the overhyped unicorns of waste, fraud, and abuse, but by abandoning federal missions that don't make any sense anymore. Trump asked, do we really need a money-losing, quasi-federal postal monopoly in the era of email? How long will we keep throwing away $15 billion a year to keep losing the war on drugs? Does it make any sense to pour more than $40 billion a year into traditional aircraft programs when drones seem to be the future of aerial warfare? Most egregiously, now that we're no longer an agrarian nation, is there any reason to spend about $25 billion on farm subsidies every single year, other than to make farmers about $25 billion richer every year? So Trump goes on to say it just doesn't make sense to spend all this money when there's a better way to do things. And one of the ways he proposes is to shrink the government. Now, again, I've shown you the list of 441 governmental agencies, and I'll put it in the description section of my Rumble channel and my YouTube channel for you. But I don't think we need most of those governmental offices because they infringe upon our freedoms. So let me know what you think in the chat, family. I'm like you, I cannot wait for a medbed. Somebody says also fishing licenses are unconstitutional. I agree. It's ridiculous that they don't own the fish. All right. Martha says, I wonder if anybody's criminal histories will be deleted from their records. Oh, I don't know. Good question. What else does Trump want to do? He will champion XRP, family. The articles seem to support that Trump is a friend to the cryptocurrency industry. President Trump made it clear on his campaign trail that he's in favor of cryptocurrencies and blockchain technologies. Okay. He says that he intends to make America the cryptocurrency capital of the planet. When you look at what is XRP, what are these coins? I had to look into it, and it took me years before I felt comfortable getting into it because, again, I've always been told if you don't hold it, you don't own it. But that's one of the reasons why people say that you should have a cryptocurrency wallet. We talked about that yesterday, and when you see my video tonight, I'll go into a little more detail about that. But Trump is a friend of cryptocurrencies and Ripple. Ripple is a money transfer network. It's designed to serve the needs of the financial industry or financial services industry. And XRP is the native crypto token or crypto coin of the Ripple network. Ripple is the company that's behind this cryptocurrency called XRP. It is behind the company. Ripple is the company behind XRP, which is a payment settlement system and a currency exchange network that processes transactions globally. So again, Ripple is a part of a blockchain technology. It's designed to serve the needs of financial services industry, and it's a money transfer network. XRP is the cryptocurrency or the coin that's associated to the Ripple network. President Trump is a fan of cryptocurrencies. So he wants to make America the crypto capital of the planet. So for those of you who are trying to figure out what should you invest in, some experts suggest that we should really look into digital assets or cryptocurrencies. Now, which ones you should look into, since I'm not an expert, I can't tell you, but I would encourage you to do your research. I do know that the people I follow seem to be a fan of XRP and Ethereum. What else? I'll go into that later on my podcast on this evening. So you'll have to say, in fact, put it in the chat, family, what types of currencies or cryptocurrencies you're involved in, or which ones do you suggest the family look into? Somebody says, look up ISO 20022 coins. Those are the one we should investigate in and possibly invest in. That's Saint Remy LeBeau. Thank you. Some people say Theta. Some people are really still support Bitcoin. All right. I keep getting confused about whether or not we should look into Bitcoin or not, because some people say that was what they used to trade, little ones. Some people say that when the Three Gorges Dam collapses, then the Bitcoin market will collapse. I don't know, but you guys tell me in the chat what you think. T Fuel, somebody says. Okay, who is that? Adam says, hi, Adam Broker says Ethereum. Oh, it's dirty and nasty and full of CIA nonsense, but some people like Ethereum. Who is Adam says he doesn't feel comfortable with that one. Saint Remy says, look at XRP, XDC, XLM, and IOTA. XRP, according to my research, is backed by gold. XDC is backed by copper, and XLM is backed by silver. And she also suggests, is it Saint Remy? Yes, she also suggests IOTA. Paul says Bitcoin will collapse. That's what I'm hearing, Paul. But Gail says once Trump comes over or is the official president, then that will stop. That Gail believes that Bitcoin will be okay. So that's why I say always do your research. Hello, darling Sherman. It's good to see you. I've not heard much about T Fuel, but I've heard about Theta. So again, look into ISO 20022 coins in order to make an informed decision on what type of coins you should invest in. So we talked about how President Trump wants to downsize the government, release secret patents. He's a champion for XRP. And now let's talk about how he decided he wants to eliminate income taxes. We're not surprised, are we? Because we know that according to NESARA and GESARA, the National Economic Security and Reformation Act, and the global version of that, the Global Economic Security and Reformation Act, all taxes will be eliminated except for taxes on big ticketed items. And that would be a 14% tax on big ticketed items. So this makes sense that he says he wants to eliminate income taxes. President Trump, in fact, says he'll put strict tariffs on imported goods rather than tax the people. The reason why that's important is because before there were income taxes put on the people, the way government would pay their bills or they would pay their debt or they would make money is by taxing other countries or putting tariffs on imported goods. And then over a course of time, when you have these foreign entities overtaking our republic, then they decided to tax the people. So they tax the people not only through income taxes, but through big government, through those so-called governmental federal agencies, through the foods, all the licenses, everything you do has a tax on it. But President Trump said, not on my watch. Let's see what he says in this article, one of the articles that I'm going to pull up. Oh, before we do that, hi, Taj Diami says, read the white papers on things that you're interested in terms of cryptocurrencies. And Saint Remy LeBeau says, study tokenization of real world assets. I love you guys for giving me all this information because this is the wave of the future, family. Thank you. So let me see what Trump says about eliminating income taxes. Trump wants to eliminate income taxes, is what this article suggests. Let me show you the beginning of this article here, published by MSN. This is a mainstream media outlet. President-elect Trump has long favored strict tariffs on imported goods, which could lead, according to the article, to much higher prices on cheap overseas source items. We're going to talk about that in a minute. To help soften the blow to American consumers, Trump has floated the idea of eliminating federal income taxes and using tariffs instead to help pay government services or for government services. The idea might not be a long shot, or it might seem to be a long shot, but if it does happen, it could have a major impact on both working Americans and retired ones. Let me slow down and read that again. President-elect Trump has long favored strict tariffs on imported goods, which could lead to much higher prices on cheap overseas sourced items, according to this article. Now I'll stop there. It could potentially lead to much higher prices on cheap overseas items if you put a tariff on China and these other countries that's making goods for us. But one way to remedy that, of course, is to do certain things. But let's talk about what I say Trump will do, and that is to bring back factories home so you don't have to depend on China and these other areas to make goods and services and things that we need, products for the American people. And Trump has said that before during his first term. He will do certain things to entice these industries that left Detroit, Cleveland, where I'm from, Cincinnati, and other areas, Michigan, the other areas in Michigan, and other big cities to come back home. So he's going to make it more palatable for these companies to make goods and services and products for us right here on our own turf. President-elect Trump has long favored strict tariffs on imported goods, which could lead to much higher prices on cheap overseas sourced items. I'm saying that could be done away with by just allowing our own industries or factories to make our clothes. So we don't even need overseas places to make clothes for us. The article says to help soften the blow to American consumers, Trump has floated the idea of eliminating federal income taxes and using tariffs to help pay governmental services. So eliminating income taxes will eliminate such a huge burden from we the people. It would relieve so many people and will cause us to save so much money in our personal finances as a family and as a nation. It goes on, this article does, to talk about how Social Security benefits, some of them are taxed. Some Social Security benefits are not taxed, but about 40% of Social Security beneficiaries had to pay taxes. Some of their benefits were taxed. I didn't know that. 40% of Social Security beneficiaries must pay federal taxes under the system that we have now. But under Trump, that will not happen. The article goes on to say that some pension income was taxed under this system that we have now, but under Trump, that won't happen. The article also talks about how there were taxes on IRAs and 401ks, your retirement accounts under this system, but under Trump, that will not happen. So this is good news for us, family. I just wanted to let you know that 2025 will be glorious. Not only is it a new year, it's a platinum jubilee year, but it's a time when we will see the political prisoners of J6 be completely released. Their records will be scrubbed clean. The Pope will open the final Jubilee door, which is just a ritual to let us know that we've entered the golden age, and many other things will happen, as well as the inauguration that will occur on January the 20th. So there are a lot of things that we speculate when you look at not cryptocurrencies, but yeah, when you look at cryptocurrencies, we can speculate that cryptocurrencies will soar as we enter the golden age, and countries' currencies or foreign currencies, because if you've been keeping up with the people that are studying the Iraqi dinar, you will see that everything has been resolved. Their new payment platform is resolved. Their agreements with the United States government has been resolved. Their trade agreements with us. What else? They are now paying their employees. So many things are happening in Iraq to let us know that everything's done there. Oh, the lower denominations allegedly have come out according to our intel sources, but we're waiting to see that. They also state that the only thing left now is to see the Iraqi dinar trade on the Forex. So the Iraqi dinar is in a good place right now. All these countries' currencies should be backed up by resources by now because they've all repatriated their gold back to themselves from the Vatican, and they've taken a stance against United States Incorporated and the fiat dollar. They also created their own banking system. The BRICS coalition did. They created their own payment platform, their own system, and they said their system will rival the SWIFT system that the United States Incorporated central banking system was using. They said this system that they created that will rival the SWIFT system could by itself totally dismantle the value of the dollar. So you have the BRICS, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa coalition. You have the Shanghai Corporation, which is the Asian nations, and you have American legislators that have all decided to use gold for trade now and no longer use the United States dollar. So one thing that you definitely will see happen in 2025 is the destruction and decimation of the fiat system, the debt-based system, or the old United States Incorporated Federal Reserve central banking system. You're going to see that collapse. You're going to see the federal government collapse officially. We already know that it happened, and that it will be replaced by the republic. You're going to see state legislators come out and actually let you all know officially that we're operating under our republic. We can see that happening now because state legislators are creating their own laws. They've passed legislation to remove the state sales taxes from the sales of precious metals. They've rejected central CBDCs, central bank digital currencies. They're rejecting money from the United States Federal Department of Education. And some you have legislators that's coming against capital gains taxes on precious metals and capital gains taxes on, foreign currencies. You see states doing so much to let you know that they're already operating in their sovereign capacity under the republic. You also saw the Supreme Court state that state-sponsored banks can operate independently from the Federal Reserve central banking system and have their own charter. Thank you so much for the Cash App family. I love you. Have their own charter and their own rules that are different from the Federal Reserve central banking system. And the Supreme Court ruled that state-sponsored banks can issue out their own gold-backed currencies. So 2025, family, is going to be glorious. 2024 just set the stage. It was the framework for the joy that we're about to experience in 2025 with the Shanghai Corporation using gold, with the BRICS coalition expanding Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, not only adding Saudi Arabia to it, but all exporting nations, with banks amassing amounts of gold, records amounts of gold, with the finding, come on in, of 2.34 billion metric tons of, I need to get that, 2.34 billion metric tons of rare earth minerals, and all of this will support and back the currency. 1 minute, family. So I had to get the door, family. That's it. I just want to let you know that Trump has a lot set in place. I know we love what his administration is going to do, but please know, family, that a lot of this was planned behind the scenes a long time ago, especially when you think of things like Project Sandman, which was the agreement that 209 nations would drop the dollar and use gold for trade, use gold and their own local currencies backed by gold. You know that Nasara and Jassara was implemented or put into law, signed. It was signed by Bill Clinton in 2000. It was supposed to be announced in 2001 on 9/11, but it never happened. They imploded the towers. They wanted to keep us suppressed and in slavery, so it never happened. But we see the stages have been set for a while. We saw in 2014 and 2015, the Pope released a letter called Motu Proprio and sent that letter to Obama saying that all this was going to happen. In the letter, he said, we all got to stand down. The courts, the judges, the federal agencies, we all have to step down because We've not been operating under republic. He said in motu proprio in that letter to Obama that the United States was operating as a corporation and not as a nation. But he said General Ham and the Grand Army of the Republic will dismantle the fake faux government, the governmental agencies, and everything attached to it. He also said at the end of that letter that we as an entity enslaved African Americans after the Civil War in order to pay off our debts. But then we made a decision to enslave everybody in order to pay off our debts. So this is huge, family. This announcement was in 2014 and 2015. Nassar and Jassara was signed in 2000. You have countries all over the world for the longest time that's been holding gold and keeping it secret so that they can use it when a time is announced to liberate the planet by paying off all the debts of every country. And so I'm saying that to say we're in a good time. We're about to experience a debt jubilee, which is why the Pope's his announcement that he's opening up 5 Jubilee portals is called a Jubilee portals. This is a ritual to let us know that the time has come for us to be completely liberated, family. So that's about it, family. I have my grandchildren here. I don't want to keep you all much longer. Nope. Let me see if you have any questions before I go. There are 2 books called Nasara 1 and Nasara 2. St. Remy says we need to read them. They're very informational. All right. Any questions here? I'm still wrapping my head around NPC. Oh, okay. The non-player characters. Non-player characters are empty seaters. They're not humans. They're like these entities that were walking the planet that don't have a soul. They say that 50 to 60% of the population were NPCs or non-player actors. Now, when you go out and about like right now, it just seems like a more quiet, peaceful time, which leads some people to believe that maybe some of those non-player characters actually went back underground or through the portals and that they've been sent back wherever they came from or destroyed. But yeah, I'm wrapping my head around that too. Somebody on Instagram said this is like serious. Jimmy Carter, Tiger says, just passed away, and he passed away at 100 years old. But I remember reporting in May of 2023 that he passed away at 98. And I specifically remember that he passed away at 98 because I said in my podcast, 9 + 8 = 17. They're trying to drop comms. But that report was about the second time that he had passed, second or third time that he had passed. Now, this time, just like the other day, they're saying he passed at 100 years old. But some of us that remember, like, this is the 3rd or 4th time that he passed. What's going on here? Perhaps they're dropping some type of coded messages by saying that he died, that President Carter died again. Ooh, Jojo Starbucks says, Kia, I have to pay $350 on a 2020 pickup truck for registration. These criminals are crazy. And you know what? If you don't pay the registration, your tags won't get renewed, right? Are you trying to renew your tags? You have to pay for registration. You have to keep your tags up. You have to keep your license updated, and you have to have insurance. And if just one of those things are out of place, you can lose your driving privilege. But we're not even supposed to be considered as drivers. We are travelers. So making us have a driver's license is criminal. I agree. Any final questions, family, before I go? Nope. Thank you guys so much. Thank you. Thank you for the Cash App. I just heard this Cash App come in. Thank you so much. God bless you. Heaven smile on you. Let's see. I see some more comments. You want to say hi? Oh, my grandchildren want to say hi. Let's see. You're welcome, family. Taj says, I'm new to this, so study, but these are less than a penny for now. Oh, did you give some things we need to look into, Taj? He says, study up on smart contracts. And what else did you say? Flair Vet Songbird. What's that? Oh, thank you so much. Shunlin L says, greetings, Dr. Kia. You remind me of the storytellers like in the days of old. We learn so much from what you share. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank you for supporting my granny.
What'd you say?
I said thank you for supporting our granny.
Thank you for supporting his granny. They can't see you over here on Instagram.
Oh, me?
Yeah. Oh, who is this? Sherman says, I heard it will be we will be using replicators, or something will be using replicators. Saint Remy says there's a channel called Whiteboard Crypto that explains pretty much everything. Let me turn it off. Apologize for the phone ringing.
It was just a robot.
Oh, okay. Let's see what else.
Thank you for giving us money and supporting us.
They can't see over here. Martha says, when my sister sells one of her homes, she's telling me she has to pay 45% taxes to the government. Oh my God, that's robbery. Lord have mercy.
An apron on.
I am talking. Thank you, daughter. Jojo says nothing is going to prosper under Biden's watch. So you can come on. You can show them your apron, but you can't talk while Granny's talking. Come on. Yeah, it will probably all happen under President Trump's watch. The cryptocurrencies reevaluating or going up in value. What else? The exchanging of currencies. What else will probably happen over Trump's watch? The elimination of taxes, the destruction or restructuring of government, their full return to the republic that will happen officially under President Trump. And I agree, the IRS, they're thieves. Yes, they're big thieves. So it looks like my grandchildren want to be seen. Okay, is there anything else we want to say? Hi, lovely Shirley. Hello. Happy New Year. Happy 2025, family.
Tomorrow's 2025.
Yes, it is.
It's Eve. It's 2025.
This is 2024. This is New Year's Eve. Hi, Anthony. Jojo says, grandbaby, celebrate your grandma. They're telling you to celebrate your grandma.
Yay.
Yay. It's like being a mom a whole second time, like raising children all over again, family. So we made it, family. Yes, we made it. We made it to the end of 2024. Can you believe it? We made it through the roughest 4 years of my life since 2020 during the global shutdown. That was horrendous. I can't believe that we had to go through, or we went through all of that with the world shutting down, losing so many of our family members, being forced to be locked in, some people being forced to take the you know what. And it was a horrible time. I lost my husband. I lost a lot of close friends, and I don't even want to think about it. It was the most horrendous 4 years of my life. But we made it to the end, family, and we know that God is good.
Puerto Rico.
We see Puerto Rico? Yes. That so many good things are happening on our behalf. She loves Puerto Rico because she's Puerto Rican.
We went to Puerto Rico.
And we went to Puerto Rico. Was it this summer? It was a couple months ago.
It was fall.
It was this fall? It was fall.
It was October the 4th.
Oh, it was October. That's right. She's part Puerto Rican. He's Somalian. Somali. And I have grandbabies that are Brazilian. So my family's all mixed up. And my mom's side is Colombian. And my dad's side is Cherokee. So we're all mixed family. We're all one big soul family here. Speaking of Puerto Rico, Adelaida says, Dr. Pruitt, yes, my sister-in-law in Puerto Rico said today that they were notified by governor. What were they notified about? I know they had a blackout, a power outage there, but what happened there? What did your sister in Puerto Rico say exactly, please?
Can the movie go longer?
Taj says, in spite of all these 4 years, they went by fast. We're here for a purpose. Thank you, Taj. Taj is one of my best friends, closest friends that I've known for about 13 years. This, like he said, this has been a horrendous 4 years, but we made it. We're here and we're here for a purpose. We are here to raise the vibrations of the planet. We are here to create humanitarian projects, to help our family members, to help our community, to help our nation, to help people abroad as well. Not just to help them raise their frequencies, but to literally help them to survive. Many of you are into currencies, cryptocurrencies, which I call digital assets or digital coins. Others of you are into foreign currencies, which we know will be revalued and reinstated back to their normal value, backed by gold, palladium, platinum, precious metals, rare earth minerals, and all those things. And when they revalue, you'll be able to go to the bank with a new exchange rate on those currencies and become wealthy literally overnight, family. The Creator desired for you and me to live for such a time as this so that we can experience great wealth, prosperity, and peace. This is something that we were always supposed to experience, but we had nefarious entities to come and enslave our planet and to give our government secrets in exchange for allowing the government to give them, us humans, to siphon our blood, our organs, and all type of things, and to do certain investigations on our body. So these government entities had contracts with these interdimensional beings, but we lived through it, and we're here to tell a story. We'll meet many of these interdimensional beings, or so-called galactics, non-human beings, guardian angels. Some people call them angels, however you want to see it. We'll actually get to talk to them, meet them, see them. Some of you already have and have a relationship with them. Are you ready? Are you ready for the great disclosure, family? As Taj said, we were chosen to be able to experience that in this time.
They said my parents are born there.
Adelaida said her parents are born in Puerto Rico.
Yay!
Yes.
Just letting the people
Thank
know.
you.
There is going to be a solar flare in April next year.
It is?
Wait, what?
The solar flare? Well, I need to look into that.
A solar flare.
I need to go there.
Yes, Puerto Rico is having a blackout. It's been going on since 5:30 a.m. today. Let me see if there's a update on a blackout. Did you know that, Mia?
I need to go there now.
Is that the way you talk to me? What do you say? You don't say What do you say?
Please.
How do you say no to me?
No.
No what?
Can-
No what? What is she supposed to say to me?
No, ma'am.
All right.
Come on.
All right. Thank you. You got to remember all the time, okay?
She probably forgot from saying yes and
Mhm.
no to mommy.
That's what you say, not me.
Oh.
I say yes, ma'am.
All right. You have to do it across the board. So it looks like they're still in darkness, family. I'm looking up the Puerto Rico outage update. I'll bring that up for you.
Come on.
Let's see. That's been going on since early this morning. I thought it would have been settled by now. Over 1.3 million people have been affected. I actually spoke to somebody from Puerto Rico because the way I knew about it was one of my supporters on Facebook told me that we're in the dark. We said Puerto Rico is in the dark, but I didn't know he lived in Puerto Rico. And then I saw that he lived in Puerto Rico. So I asked him, then I called Mark Z. I asked him and I asked a third person what's going on. So it is happening, family. Puerto Rico plunges into darkness as power outages hit more than 1.3 million customers on New Year's Eve. One article said that 80% of the island had been affected. Another article said 90% of the island had been affected. But when I talked to my supporter or follower on Facebook, he said the whole island was affected. Puerto Rico suffered the latest in a string of widespread outages or power outages Tuesday that left 1.3 million customers, or most of the island in the dark, according to this article. More than 1 million energy customers were without power across the United States territory since 5:30 a.m. due to an infrastructure problem at a power plant on the island's southern coast. Let's see. Around 1:30 p.m. their time, local time, Luma, which is a company there, said in a statement that its initial efforts had restored power to about 3% of their customer base. Let's see. Power was also restored to the critical central medical and municipal hospital in San Juan. Yes, there was a concern about the hospitals being without power. As of 3 p.m., more than 73,000 customers across the island had seen their power restored. Thank God, the company said, adding that it will continue prioritizing critical customers, including hospitals, Puerto Rican aqueduct and sewer authority facilities, and critical loads. All right. By 5:30 p.m., wait, why is it even 5:30 yet? It's just 5:29 here. It says by 5:39, Luma's website showed that power was restored to 13.2% of customers impacted, with a total of 194,429 customers with power now. So that's good. They went without power for what? What is that? 12 hours between 5:30 in the morning and 5:30 at night. Yeah. Interesting. So yes, Sister Shirley, they had a blackout. Adelaida said, lights out. The grid had cable problems underground. So you think cable problems underground could be a sign that something's happening secretively underground that they're not telling us about? As in something must be going on in the underground tunnels and maybe they had to deal with that situation? Like something nefarious? I don't know. When you talk to people in Puerto Rico, they say they're used to this. That they often have blackouts. They're targeted often through blackouts and also weather manipulation. So I don't know why or what's going on there in Puerto Rico. But when I reported this earlier today, someone from Trinidad said on my podcast that Trinidad also had a power outage today. What's going on? Who knows? Thank you. Somebody said I have sweet babies.
Yay! Yay! Thank you. Thank you.
Power will be restored in 72 hours, Sister Felicia says. Oh, Amin Ra, you said we're going to have solar flares in what month?
April 2025.
April 2025. Somebody by the name of Sand Hills says that we're having solar flares right now, Amin. Somebody said that we're having solar flares right now. So look into that when you do your research tomorrow. Which areas are experiencing solar flares? Yes. One thing we do know about, Puerto Rico is that it's the headquarters of the IRS is stationed there. I wonder if there's something going on between the IRS and this outage. Yes, the Pope is a nefarious entity. So the Pope doing these rituals could be something. Usually he's just opening up portals. Now we're calling it the portals or doors of Jubilee. So it could be that he's under the control of the white hats. And it's just a ritual to let us know that's a new era. We're opening up a season of Jubilee. Because these entities, these elite people, they do things in codes. They don't necessarily come straight out and tell you what's going to happen, but they do things. They use symbols, they use rituals, they use numbers, numerology, they use gematria and all type of things to communicate.
Excuse me, Granny.
Wait, hold on. And in terms of NPCs, somebody says NPCs are still walking around amongst us. Thank you, Shanice. He's whispering in my ear so I can see if it's something you can say. Oh, my grandson said I made a mistake in the title. He said I said 2015 will be glorious. Are you sure I said 2015?
Look.
Oh, on my Instagram, I meant to say 2025 will be glorious. On this, I said 2025. I got to correct that. So happy new beginnings, family. Happy new beginnings. I don't know what the Zim will be worth, family. Spilly says, hello, Dr. Pruitt. Happy New Year. There was a judge that unalived himself in a courtroom in Georgia. Whoa, I didn't hear about that. Thank you. 2024 open doors, Melissa states. Star Wanderer asked me, in my opinion, what will the Zim be worth? I don't know. When I first heard about the Zim in 2018, I heard it would, no, was that was 2017. 2017 or 2018. I heard it would go 1-to-1 with the dollar, but I can't say if that's true or not. That's just what I heard. I don't know what the rates are. I think most people that talk about the rates are speculating. Unless you do a deep dive and you look at what the rate of the dinar was before it was devalued, it was like $3 and some change. And then you account for inflation and you account for the dinar being backed by gold. Some people say when they did the calculations, the dinar should be reinstated at a rate of $13 per one. So if you have 1 million Iraqi dinar, some people are asserting that that could translate into $13 million. So we'll see. This is not what I'm saying. This is what people have said that I follow. Thank you. Sending you much love from my heart to your family. Be you. Shine lightly. Shine light. Shine your light. Thank you, Adelaida. I appreciate you. Anybody on Instagram have a question or comment before we go? Yes, you said, I'm so ready. Who is that? Mature? No, Matt's your Raven says, I'm so ready. So am I. Yes, I'm Cherokee, pure earth advocate. Absolutely, just like you. Thank God those 4 years are over. I agree. Yeah, I wish this movie would hurry up and just end already. I feel how much they love you, Pure Earth said. Lovely grandchildren. Thank you. That's so sweet. I appreciate you. Hi, Sister Sherry. Will all countries' currencies revalue? They will, according to my knowledge, revalue or be reinstated to their normal value based on the resources that the countries have to support those currencies. And all the currencies will then be 1-to-1 with each other. Ooh. Adam says on, who is that on YouTube? Adam Broker says the Pope did not have one single moment where he smiled while opening those portals. The first portal he opened on December the 24th, which was Christmas Eve. And then he opened one on the 26th. And you have to look at my podcast I did 2 days ago. I talk about all the days, and the final one will be in January. But so you can actually see him opening some of those portals. And one of those portals or doors that he opened was to a prison, which was very telling because when you think about the coded messaging, it's basically alluding to the fact that they're letting the prisoners free, the human people, us, the God beings on earth, free by ushering in the golden age and by ushering in a jubilee season. That will happen. Even economists are talking about a jubilee season. I even showed you a mainstream media outlet article that's now talking about the jubilee. It's really fascinating how we've been talking about the jubilee, the return to the gold standard, and all these things for some time now. And mainstream media would try to silence us or debunk any of our statements, our reports, our newsletters, our podcasts. But now mainstream has to admit that we are in a jubilee season. Tonight is a portal opening. All right. Thank you for the cash app, Sister Sheila Wallace. I appreciate you. God bless you. Have a smile on you. I'm always grateful when you all help me and support me. I appreciate that you support my work and that you are grateful for the research that I do and for the time that it takes to learn it, study it, and then to report it. Thank you, family. It's my great pleasure. Jilly Bain says, I really enjoy listening to you. You're so positive. Thank you. Thank you so much. Any other questions, family, before we go? So for anybody that's just now coming online, we talked about how 2025 will be glorious, a glorious year. Trump says that he wants to eliminate income taxes. He's championing XRP, and he's going to make us a great XRP, a cryptocurrency nation. In fact, he says he's going to make us the cryptocurrency nation of the world. So he's championing XRP. He says he's going to eliminate income taxes. He's going to downsize the government and release secret patents. All of this will help liberate the people. That's it, family. I don't think we have any more to talk about. My name is Dr. Kia Pruitt. We've been on for an hour and 4 minutes. I've been advised that sometimes I go a little too long, and I apologize for that. Because, once I get rolling and I start talking about things and I start teaching, then I want to give you a background of what I'm talking about to bring everybody up to par. Then I want to show you all of these articles and different videos to support my claim. Sometimes I can get a bit lengthy, so I apologize for that. Michael asked, did you hear about contact at the end of 2026? Contact with extraterrestrial interdimensional beings? Yes, actually I have. Robert Chandler says there is a YMCA at Gitmo. That's why President Trump always sings that song or plays that song at the beginning of his rallies and at the end. He's dropping comms. Melissa Thompson said, no, you don't. You don't think I talk too long sometimes? Melissa Thompson. Who is this? Robert Chandler says, ropes are long for the deep state too. Melissa says, I want more. It's all good, Doc. We love it. No apologies necessary. Thank you. Oh, you're so kind. Thank you. What are you saying about Ethereum? Is not ISO 20022 compliant. Oh, thank you, Michael. I didn't know that. Ellen Moody says, thank you, Dr. Kia. Have a great day. God bless you. Jenny Mack. Hi, Jenny. It's always good to see you. Thank you for supporting the show. Says, Ann Tucker has angelic communication with angels, and they got it right. They said during the 3 days of darkness, we will see what the things will come out during the 3 days of darkness. Oh, you finished it. Okay. Thank you, Jenny. She says, Ann Tucker has angelic communications with angels, and they've gotten it right. They said during the 3 days of darkness, we will see our guardian angels and have the opportunity to ascend to the fifth dimension by walking through the doors into the light and to the fifth dimension. And we will still be here with everyone. We will just be helping them. That's amazing. That reminds me of what I heard. I heard that we would meet our guardian angels, which would be a galactic entity or an interdimensional being that watches over us. And they will help us to go through, what did they say? They didn't say a portal. Well, it's another word for a portal. And when we go through the portal, and you're calling it ascension, then we will receive a crystalline body. Isn't that amazing? So our bodies will change. And that there reminds me, what you're saying and what I was told reminds me of the scripture that talks about how in a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, you will be changed. Your body will change. And this is supposed to happen during a time of tribulation for some, but a time of ascension for others, or a second coming of Christ, which could be a literal second coming or a metaphysical second coming, like second coming as in a coming of age, a coming of awareness, Christo consciousness awakening, us ascending into higher dimensions. So we will go through certain chambers and our bodies will be changed when we meet our galactic angels. Thank you, Jenny Mack. That was beautiful. Any good news on the dinar? Yes, let's wrap up with that. If you go to X, Happy New Year, Sister JoJo. If you go to Twitter, and I would suggest you do, most of you have, followed what I suggested, and some of you might have already known. Ariel also goes by Proletario on Twitter. He talks about what's going on with the Iraqi dinar, and many of the people that he cites, the sources that he cites from the Middle East, often gives information on the dinar. So let's see if I can find anything about the dinar or what's going on in Iraq. Let me see. checking out, see if there's talking about anything, updated information here. Let me see, family. What is this person saying? Someone is saying, I'm hearing that they agreed to implement the global ASYCUDA system to automate custom operations enhanced with electronic payment services starting January the 1st, 2025. Let's see what else. I heard that all the compliances are done in Iraq. I heard that the lower denominations are set to come out. And let's see. I would say follow on Twitter, follow Majid, that's Majeed. Follow Ariel, his ad is Prolotario, Prolotario. Those two people give a lot of information on the Iraqi dinar and Brothers Technology Inc. Follow those three people if you want to stay abreast of what's going on in the dinar. And that information that they put out always comes out before any independent journalist or anybody even mentions in the country of Iraq. So there was something that they brought out, family, that I wanted to show you all, but I can't seem to find it. So they were saying that everything is ready in Iraq. That much I can tell you, that I've heard everything is ready for the Iraqi dinar to trade on the Forex. In fact, somebody stated that they wouldn't be surprised if the Iraqi dinar started trading on the Forex January the 1st or January the 2nd. Let me see. Yeah, I would just say follow those people because it could take me a long time to find the article that Majid put out that was very, very telling that in terms of Iraq being ready to go. Dr. Kia, I think you meant 2025. Yes, I did. I meant 2025 will be glorious. My grandson just brought that out a few minutes ago and said that on Instagram. I said 2015. Thank you so much, Dr. Kia, and have a very good new year. Yes, family. So that's it. I really appreciate you all joining me today. We've been on a little longer than an hour, so I don't want to keep you too much longer. Happy New Year. 2025 will be glorious. It will be amazing, and it will be whatever we create it and determine it to be. So having said that, family, my name is Dr. Kia Pruitt. I hope I've said something to raise your vibrations and inspire you to create the most amazing, magnificent life that you desire and deserve. Thank you, everybody, for coming and joining us and spending this day with us. Thank you for the Cash App blessings. Thank you for the words of encouragement and for your positive, high vibrational energy. Go out and make this a great night, and we'll see you tomorrow. The next video you'll see from me in a couple hours will be a step-by-step introductory guide on how to invest in digital assets. So I'll see you later. I love you. You're welcome. Happy New Year. Peace, family. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Say bye.
Bye. I was just washing my hands.
You want to say bye?
Bye-bye.
Bye.
It's different.
What? You're covering everybody's face. You're welcome. You gotta say peace.
Peace.